December 3rd, 2016. We've got one more show till the end of the year. I can't believe it, man. It'll be almost 4 years since we've been calling the action here at
I'll
DL.
tell you something, PK. It's been the best 4 years that the OSWA could ever experience. Me and their presence, PK. You know how great I am. You know how well I speak. You know how everybody loves me out there. And I'll tell you something, PK. We had an incredible night tonight. Almost incredible as I am. We saw so many title changes tonight. My head is still spinning.
And it'll be spinning for a while, knowing you.
What?
Well, anyways, the first match was interesting because it was Scott Mason and Keith Cage were teamed up as a tag team against the Monster Z and Jackson Carter. Now, that could be a very formidable tag team down the road.
Absolutely, PK. You know what? But I'll tell you, it was also formidable, and that was the Haversham heroes, Scott Mason and Keith Cage. They held their own against the Monster Z and Jackson Carter. PK.
You're right. I'll tell you something. I was very surprised how well they did, and the ending was even most interesting because basically Keith Cage had Jackson Carter down for the pin, and then Scott Mason rolls Jackson Carter over on top of Keith Cage, and they wind up getting the win. Keith Cage not happy by the way that ended, by the way. And then who comes out? Who rears his ugly head? Swamp-a-Claus. David Garrison comes out with the compound.
The compound, PK.
I corrected myself. I stand corrected.
Yeah, that's right. You do stand corrected.
Well, it's a good thing to be on, because I'd rather live on my feet than die on my knees, right?
Oh, stop it.
So, but the bottom line is, David Garrison said, hey, why don't you join us? Kind of like Darth Vader to Luke Skywalker, but unlike the movies,
please.
he did go to the dark side.
Different
Looks
color of
like
money.
after he shook hands that Keith Cage has joined the compound.
Smartest move that kid could ever make, PK. And I'll tell you something, he's at the cusp of greatness in his career. You know it as well as I do.
Well, Joe, then we had another tag team match. Jacob Ashworth and John Hogan versus Medical Malpractice came back.
That's right. I paid him triple the amount than most people do throughout the nation. They've been dominated everywhere. We decided to bring him back here. Dr. Bad, Nurse Blueberry. I tell you something, they wreaked havoc here tonight, PK.
Well, Joe, it was interesting because K3 comes out and distracts John Hogan, the War Machine. Oh. At which point, Nurse Blueberry rolled him up into a small package and got the pin. And then all of a sudden, Jacob Ashworth, not happy that he lost, but uncharacteristically of him, winds up attacking John Hogan.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you something. I'll tell you why. Because Jacob Ashworth is a winner. He doesn't hang out with losers. And whenever there's a loser in his presence...
That's why you and he are never in the same place then, except when you're calling his matches.
No, BK. I'm talking about the Boar Machine, John Hogan. I'll say this. He wasn't worthy enough to be in his presence, so Jacob Ashworth took care of that piece of trash. Beat him down, left him for dead, and walked off. Good job, Jacob Ashworth. Can't wait to see you again.
Well, Joe, then we had K2 versus Tim Miller, one half of the book club. And Joe, it was a very good match. I'll tell you, it's a very physical match. Tim Miller, once again, surprising how well he does as a singles competitor. Because, he's fairly new. He's always wrestled with James Boulevard, but wound up doing fairly well. But K2 ultimately hit him with a rear naked chokehold. He winds up choking him out and getting the win.
Yeah, K2. Lucky victory for him. I'll tell you this much, though. If he ever comes up against me, I would take him out.
Really?
No problem. Yeah.
How would you take him out? Would you to dinner? To a movie?
Oh, stop it, PK.
Okay, just wondering.
You know he's afraid of me.
I'm sure he is. Anyways, well, then we had Tristan Blaze and Jimmy Lee. What happened was, Tristan Blaze comes out and says, hey, I want a shot at the Generations title. Jimmy Lee, though, of course, in true Jimmy Lee fashion, interrupts him and says, no. I deserve the next shot because Michael Manson, I planted his face right here in this ring.
Rightfully so.
So I deserve that shot. Well, then all of a sudden, Ginger, our commissioner, your boss of mine.
Your boss, not mine.
Winds up coming out and says, hey, you two guys are going to team up together as a tag team against the Blood Brothers, and at the next show, you two are going to go for it to see who's going to ultimately be the number one contender for the Generations champion.
Yeah, that's right.
So they wind up going at it. The Blood Brothers got the victory when Jamarison hit a DDT on Jimmy Lee, but then all of a sudden, Towers music comes on.
Yeah, what was he doing out there?
I have no idea, but he came out there and cleared house. He wound up beating down both members of the Blood Brothers and Jimmy Lee and Tristan Blaze. Adrian Phillips comes up trying to defend him. Luckily, security came in and broke that up. Lucky for Adrian Phillips.
Yeah, Adrian Phillips was challenging Tower to a fight. You sure you want to do that? You sure you want to awaken the sleeping giant? I mean, Japan tried
Actually,
that.
he was awake, Joe. He was
PK, quit playing semantics with me. My goodness. Well, let's just move on. I was going to make a point, but you don't care. Obviously, these ditch stickers out there don't care.
Unfortunately, your point would have made sense because he was awake. So then, but during our intermission, we had some in-ring action. So K3 winds up attacking John Hogan. Cyrus, the guy who sells the T-shirts for CTMD, winds up pinning K3. He becomes the 24/7 champion.
Great employee.
Adrian Phillips then pinned him. He becomes the 24/7 champion. And then right after that, Chives the Butler winds up pinning Adrian Phillips and became the 24/7 champion.
Yeah. Good luck to that CTMD dropout.
Well, Joe, then we had Jake Hughes versus Bobby Popham. And Joe, what happened was Marcus Adams came out. He was giving his farewell speech.
Sob story.
Due to an injury. And Joe, sometimes when you compete, you get injured. I know you tried to be a walk-on for the University of Phoenix football team, and it didn't work out for you.
What are you talking about, PK?
Well, then K3 winds up attacking, Marcus Adams. So then Bobby Popham comes out with his shovel, and says he's going to clean it up. Well, then all of a sudden he challenged Jake Hughes to a match, and this night didn't work out for Bobby Popham.
That's right. There's Bobby Popham trying to be the hero, trying to take the high road. Oh, evil Jake Hughes, I could take him out. Guess what? It didn't work because CTMD presents the Super Bad Boys Club's talent pool always wins. And you remember that.
Well, Joe, it was a good match. Unfortunately.
Always wins. What happened at Experience? Ultimate Champion Jake Hughes. Who the heck cares about Jake Hughes? Yeah, I lost, but we don't cry over spilt milk around here. What matters is the fact that Curtis Coleman had his shoulders pinned to the mat 1, 2, 3 at Experience. Get it rocked, monkeys.
My goodness, man. Are you sure you want him leading your show?
Yeah, he likes to get things done. Likes to get results.
What a hothead.
So then, we had Chad Wood versus a newcomer, the Gladiator Jeremiah.
I'll tell you something. Yeah. The Gladiator Jeremiah. Where's he from? Neil Diamond Island or something like that?
No, the Diamond Islands, Joe.
Oh, right. The Diamonds of Neil Diamond or Islands. I don't know.
Well, Joe, he winds up hitting a stunner on Chad Wood after doing a moonsault from the top rope and gets the win.
Lucky.
I mean, Joe, you see that guy's moves? You can't call that luck.
He brought Chad Wood everything he got, and it took him forever to beat him.
Well, Joe, then our final match was Cody McCauley versus Michael Manson versus Wasabi. It was supposed to be a 2-fall match. The first fall, the winner would get the Generations Champion. The second fall would be the Corporate Championship. So they come out. Wasabi comes out last, winds up attacking Chives the Butler, pinning him, getting the 24/7 champion. So the first time in OSWA history, we now had a triple champion.
That's
Joe,
right.
It was a great match, but I'll tell you something. What's real interesting was Anthony Marinelli winds up getting pinned by Michael Manson. Michael Manson now the Generations champion. But Joe, in an interesting turn of events, Anthony Marinelli submitted Cody McCauley for the Corporate Championship. And the reason why he was involved in the match, you ask, is because Ginger, our commissioner, made it a fatal 4-way when the 24/7 title changed. And so Anthony Marinelli, on his daughter's birthday no less, winds up becoming the Corporate Champion.
Oh, that just makes me want to listen to the love theme from
Joe.
What?
It is going to be too crowded in here, and I need you to back off.
Oh, hold on here. I will. This is.
I'll let you guys have it. How about that?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you,
Great
too.
job tonight, PK. Let me tell you something. This man right here, look at this. He did something we said we were going to do. He goes out there and he defeats one half the tag team champions, the Book Club. Tim, the Coyote Miller, great athlete, but he went down to the submission. Put to sleep. Resting so peacefully. Sweet dreams, baby. But guess what? That means we're contenders. We told you, we're not on defense, we're on offense. And Curtis Coleman, guess what? Just for you, us, and the Legion, we're coming for the gold. We're looking for the gold, Curtis Coleman. Curtis Coleman! We're looking for the gold.
Curtis Coleman. But since Curtis Coleman wasn't here tonight, let's not give him any more publicity. Let's give the publicity to the brand new Corporate Champion, baby. You have the floor.
You see this belt? What this means is the Legion has arrived. And I wouldn't be here holding this belt without these men right here behind me. We've told you for weeks. We're off defense and we're on offense.
Offense, baby.
And I got one message for you, Wasabi. Every man that holds a title says there's a mark on my back. Well, it's right here. It's right here in the front, so you can come right at me. I'll take you on anytime, anywhere. You name it, and we'll do it.
That's right, Wasabi.
Let's go get something to eat.
Let's go
right.
eat.
Let's
I'm
go
hungry.
get something to eat. Gentlemen, we're not clowning around anymore.
Hey, Joe, I'd like to invite you back to my recap. Come on. It's okay. K2 left. It's okay. And what all that talk about you would take him out if he was in front of you, that was really made manifest here tonight.
Wait, is he still here?
No, he left.
Did he leave the room?
Yeah, I
Did
believe
he
so.
go down the hall and shut the door?
Yes, yes.
He's lucky.
Explain.
He's lucky. I decided to take the higher road. I decided to be professional and to let him have his bravado. But just you wait.
Oh, I will be.
Yeah.
Oh, I will be. And I think a lot of our fans will be
K2.
waiting too.
That's right.
So,
I'll be
folks,
waiting
our
for you,
next
buddy.
show is December 17th. Door opens at 6. Bell rings at 7. We're going to find out who's going to be the next number one contender for the for the Generations Championship. And then after that, it's going to be sometime Santa versus the Grinch once again for the Christmas belt. Folks, we'll see you in 2 weeks.